Alright, I think we can all agree that this might be one of Kung Lao's worst character designs. I personally am not a fan of his default MK1 character design for this game. So with great pleasure, I've been asked to do a redesign of Kung Lao. So let's see what I get. Alright, so I'm back with another character design. This time I have Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat 1, as I stated earlier in the video. I got requested this about a week or two ago, at least from the time that I've recorded this video. And it's a rare request that I've gotten for a character that already exists in the game. I think I may have two other ones that I haven't gotten to yet. And the Ermac one that pretty much kicked all of this redesign stuff on my channel off. But this one I'm very excited for because I was not a fan of Kung Lao's design for Mortal Kombat 1. Even less than everybody was upset at Ermac's design. Like, I don't know, Kung Lao just looks goofy in MK1, and the way his hat sits on his head, it looks stupid to me too. Like, it sits right on top of his hairline. I don't know, I almost wish Kung Lao didn't have the hat on in this game, to be perfectly honest with you, the way he looks. So I was very excited to do a design for him this time around to see if I can, I don't know, get some old school Kung Lao back into these designs somewhat. So this is what I got. Alright, so I didn't do any elaborate posing for Kung Lao this time around because I didn't really want to go too extreme, and I've done quite a few Kung Lao paintings and drawings on this channel, all of various different styles and poses, so I at least kept it simple this time, make it easier on myself. And also, admittedly, this design was a lot more on the fly than most of my other ones, but that's also kind of because I've been drawing Kung Lao a lot over the course of my life, so I have a good degree of like concept ideas and stuff in my brain that I would like to just use to draw him as. For one thing, I've always been a fan of Kung Lao designs that sort of merged his MK3 and MK2 looks. I just feel like we really should never be deviating from that outside of his Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance default, which might be one of my favorite Kung Lao designs ever because it's so different but it doesn't look bad. Getting to this design, the main things that I knew I needed for this was his top with some semblance of like a dragon logo, since we've come accustomed to that over the years. Make sure that the hat looks decent, and by this I just kept it simple with the blade and the little wrap around the top of the hat, whatever that thing is called. And then I wanted some type of like shoulder pads or something on the design as well. I also wanted to give him a little bit of accessories too. I feel like, I don't know what it is about Kung Lao's MK1 design that makes him look, I don't know. It's almost like a Temu cosplay outfit for Kung Lao, and they gave it to him in game. Like, it just looks crazy to me. Like, I don't like his accessories or his pants. It just like, I don't know, it just looked like Kung Lao in sweatpants. So I wanted to give him more, I guess, martial arts looking pants or gear this time around. Something that looks like it should suit him, so I gave him that. A nice sash, the leg wraps for his, I guess, his ankle and his calves, almost to go like around the bottoms of his pants. And then I also gave him like the little strap to go around his hat too. Like, if we're not going to make him the champion of Mortal Kombat, we're going to keep that as rating. The least we could do is make Kung Lao look cool, right? So I just kept it simple there. I also added like, I don't know, I just wanted like something hanging from the hat, almost like the wrap on top of the hat sort of like hangs out the back. I figured it would be like a small deviation from his typical designs to make it look a little more unique this time around, because we've never seen anything like that with the hat before. I'm not sure how that would affect the tossing of the hat, but I mean, it's Mortal Kombat, we can make up an excuse, right? And then after getting all of that sketching finished, I went back over it with the line art. Needed to go back over the details on his sort of gloves or gauntlets, however you want to look at those, and sketch that back out. And then it was on to coloring. Before I continue on, I'd just like to let you guys know, if you like the video so far, to like and subscribe will definitely help out the channel. But getting back to coloring, I pretty much only had his skin color in mind when I started coloring this character. Like I said, this was on the fly, so a lot of it wasn't thought out. I just knew I didn't want to use blue. I wanted Kung Lao to look slightly different from that, so to give him reds and greens, I felt like would stand out a little more. And then to just give him sort of like the gold pants from MK3. I feel like like his look is this weird mesh of like a lot of different versions of Kung Lao over the years, but I specifically, like I said, I just had an idea of his MK2 and 3 designs merge. Like, I don't know if I've stated this before, but in my mind, if we're taking Mortal Kombat and creating a new era and restarting the timeline, I feel like the designs need to look old school but sort of refreshed, if not like combining aspects of the original Mortal Kombat looks. I feel like the Lin Kuei should have been the only people to look extremely different from their counterparts in the old games, which they're also the rare designs that I don't mind in this game. So looking at Kung Lao, I felt like he needed like a real sort of OG approach to how his design looked. So getting away from the red, gold, and green color scheme, I started the shadows for the design, and it started getting more fleshed out from here. Specifically, once the shadows was over the face, that sort of helps out a lot, especially considering the hat is so important. It's like one of the coolest aspects of Kung Lao's design. Like, I don't know how they screwed that up in MK1, and it's just the height that it sits on his head that makes him look so ridiculous, but whatever. But going from there, I did all the highlights and specifically touched up on areas of like metallic pieces that he had to get those details in. Other than that, it was pretty straightforward and simple. And then after finishing that, touching up and getting the highlights done on his gear, I had this brand new Mortal Kombat 1 Kung Lao, which honestly I'm pretty proud of. I would actually like this in the game more than the ones that he has. But that's my biased opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below as to whether or not this is better or worse than the design that he has in the game. Curious to know what your feedback is. But in any event, like I said before, if you like the video, like and subscribe. And you all have a good one. And I'm out.